once you farm for 30 years, you realize how little control you have over the weather and all these variables. And to add in one new variable doesn't seem like the right thing to do, right? It's, hey, we've got to manage the variables we can. But once we started to kind of test those and see other people testing them and say, okay, this is a manageable variation, putting in soil health principles. It's not making, all this unknown and uncertainty with the crop. We can manage to a point what risks we're bringing into the farm by focusing on what for a lot of us was a new area, right? And then the other pressures are there. I think there is some social pressure, and a lot of times I think unfortunately it's the social pressure of you need to be a zero-till cover crop on 100% of your farm person to be a soil health person. And that is a lot of pressure and unrealistic in certain areas. And I think as soon as it became okay for some of us to say, okay, I can every third year on this field, the rotation works where I can get a cover crop in, or I can go no-till when I'm not digging my beets or digging my potatoes. And that becomes okay because we're still pursuing the same goal of soil health, but we're not setting this expectation that is so lofty that it drives people away, because I think, like your point at the beginning is, oh, well, I could never do that, so I'm not going to do any of it.
Yeah. So, I don't blame anybody for having some reservations. Like, hey, look, we can't go out of business here. The definition of sustainability isn't out of business next year. Socially, I can tell you that like the first year I had no-till sugar beets, there were a lot of slow moving pickups. Yeah, and I don't know, maybe it's just runs off my back now. They're just like, there's Cosman, that's his deal.
And I think there is an unfortunate maybe definition of failure, right? Like a marginal cover is a huge success compared to no cover.
Right.
But we have this pressure that when you drive by the road, if it doesn't look like this huge lush growth, that maybe it's not successful. But those people aren't jumping out of their pickup, putting a shovel in the ground and saying, oh, hey, look, there's activity here in November.
Yeah.
But to make sure people understand, hey, that is success, because we're going from bare ground to, 5-6 inches of growth. And that's a huge improvement compared to where we were, without attempting it.